Hello guys, welcome back to my channel The Data Center. So today I am going to discuss another interesting SQL problem which was asked in one of the very good company. So if you are new to my channel, then please check out my channel also. I have made a very interesting SQL interview series question, so please check out that also after watching this video. Now come to the today problem. So the problem name is the number of the comments per post and the level of the problem is the medium. So we have a one table. This is the submission table. In this table we have a two columns, the submission ID and the parent ID, and these are the input for this submission table. So basically the problem statement is that we have to find the number of comments per each post. So these are the submission ID, these are the parent ID. So before moving forward, we have to understand that basically the problem is what trying to say. So this as you see here, there is no primary key for this table. It may have duplicate rows. So each row can be a post, either be a post or a comment on the post. So how we identify that which submission ID is the post ID and which are the comment IDs. So for that, whose parent ID is null, that means that is the post ID, and whose parent ID is not null, that means those are the like comment IDs. So as you see in this table, so now come here. So as you see in this table, so for the submission ID 1, 2, 1, 12, this their parent ID is null. So these are the post ID, and for the remaining submission ID like 3, 5, 4, 9, 10, 6, their parent ID is not null. So these are the comment ID. So we have to find the comment for each post. So if we go the submission IDs for 1, so like see here, for 1 there is the one comment 3 by the submission comment submission ID 3, again this 3, then 4, then 9. So total we have 4 comments on this post ID 1, but in a problem it is mentioned that we have to count only the distinct values, not the same. Like here, submission may contain the duplicate comments, but you should count the number of the unique comments per post. So that's why we can count only one time for this submission ID 3 and 3. So the total number of comments for the post ID 1 is 3, for the post ID 2 this one time, then second. So total number of comments for this submission ID 2 is 2. Now for the again the submission ID 1 is come here. So we can avoid this submission ID 1 because as I told you in the problem, it is mentioned that you have to count only the distinct values. So now come to this submission ID 2, 12. So as you see here in this parent ID, like for the submission ID 12, there is no any comment on this submission ID 12. So there is the 0 comments for this submission ID 12. So as in this result table, as you see here, this for the post ID 1, total number of comment is 3, for the post ID 2, total number of comment is 2, and for post ID 12, the total number of comment is 0, as I explained you. So I hope you understand the problem. So first try to solve from yourself, then come to my solution. So now I am proceeding to the solution. So first what I will do, first I will do a join, means the self join. So after doing the self join, the output is come like this. So how we can do that? So first select select S1 sub id as post id, S2 sub id from submissions S1 left join submissions S2 on S1. This I am doing join on this for the submission, first submission table on this column submission id 1, and for the second time means the second submission table, from the second submission table this parent id. So from the first submission on this submission id, and from the second submission table on this parent id. So I am doing join on this both column. So S1 dot submission id is equal to S2 dot parent id, and also I have, if I will simply run this, then see what will be the output. So as you see here, it will give the means it will give the all the combinations for every submission id, like for this 3, 5, 4, 9, 10. This, as you see here, this 3, 4, 5, but we have to exclude this submission id, because this submission id is not the post id, these are the comments id. So we have to achieve like this. So for that we have to mention one condition, like where S1 parent id is null. If I run this, then see, yeah, so as you say here, it will give the output only for this post id. It will not not include any comment id. But there is also one problem here, that it will give the combination for the duplicate rows again and again, like here 1 3 1 3 2 5 again 1 3. So we have to exclude that this 1 3 and only count one times. So like this. So for that we can simply use group by S1 sub id comma S2 sub id. If I will run this, then see, it will give only one, it will include only one times for the post id 1 submission id 9, for the post id 1 submission id 3, and for 1 4 12. For the 12 post id there is no any submission id, that's why it will give the null value for the 2 submission id 10, and for 2 again submission id 5. So I put this query in a common table expression with city as, and after that I simply fetch this post id, okay, post id, and also use a case statement. Why? Because if the submission id is null, then I will put the 0 value for that, because in the output we have to mention that if there is no submission, so for that we have to write a 0, not a null value. That's why I am use this case statement, and also sum. So case when submission id is not null, then simply 1 else 0, okay, and as number of comments from this common table expression, and again this group by post id. And in the question it mentioned that we have to give the output in the order wise, like, yeah, must be sorted by the post id in ascending order. So for that, order by number of comments in descending order. If I run this, so it will give the correct output as mentioned in this this result table. So that's it guys, I hope you understand the solution. So if you like my content, then please like the video, subscribe the channel and share with your friends. So for that today, bye. Yeah, I also forget to submit this code, so I will also show you after submit this code. So now submit. So yeah, the code is also submitted. So bye guys.